Oh, man. Another loaded
Which is
question.
okay
That's a good
because
one.
mine changes every week. So feel free with
Right?
your favorite bug of the moment.
Yeah, so I would have to say that I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm not going to go all the way down to species. Dermestid beetles are pretty cool. They got such a wide range. I feel like some of the adults, like the varied carpet beetle, they have such a really pretty coloration. Their larvae, I feel like, are almost indestructible. I mean, they can um, I mean, having we've had samples, and you don't feed them for years, and they're still kicking in these little vials, and they can kind of do regressive molting and kind of feed on their shed skins, and they're tough, pretty interesting species out there. They encompass stored products. You have like the hide beetles that kind of encompasses that forensic entomology. They're probably I would consider one of my favorites right now. I have a collection of hide beetles with some pet food bones sitting on a shelf right next to me.
There's a couple cool
As
videos I
one,
use of dermestids breaking down skeletons and watch them
Hmm.
like decimate the sample so it's down to the bone so they can use it for museums and stuff. Oh, it's so cool.
yep, yeah, and yeah, with working at Insects Limited, I got to do a lot of museum pest management. Yeah, that was a really interesting type of work. I mean, they have some of these collection items from Native American artifacts, skulls, hides for hundreds of years old, and you think about this little tiny dermestid, they can do significant damage in a little bit of time, and they're just so hard to find. You know, that's the whole part of this pest management. It's like it feels good to be able to go through a facility and be able to find a problem, be able to like physically point at it, and be like, "Yep, that's the issue right there. I found it. Let's fix that." But that's always the most difficult part, right? Is truly finding where that problem might be occurring. But yeah, dermestids
Find
were
the
always
source.
right.
Mhm.
They were the toughest
Yeah.
ones to find.
My favorite this week is leafcutter ants because I was having a great
Ooh, that's a good one.
conversation with one of my contacts this week. I was at her site and we're talking about ants, and I'm like, "Oh, leafcutter ants!" And they're carrying their little piece of leaf, and it's so cute to watch that little trail go by. I love it. So that's my favorite of the week.
Well, I guess it's my turn. My
No,
favorite.
It's your
no, you
turn.
don't
I
have
don't know
to.
if I know.
Your favorite is always the same. You like your.
No, I do. I do like my lice. I know because I love my lice, and but I still am always, I think, like infatuated with ectoparasites. One of the ones that came to my mind this week was the carnid fly. So it's called Carnosemapters. It's a blood-sucking saprophagous ectoparasitic fly, and they
Say that three
basically,
times fast.
right.
No kidding.
They feed on they basically feed on typically either a pileated woodpecker and or an owl that occupies the same nest at different times of the year. And
They're
so
that specific.
they're that specific, and to find
Wow.
them, like whenever I found my sample, I found somebody was cutting down a pine tree, and it was like a 200-foot high pine tree, and the nest was in the very top. So when it fell over, all these baby pileated woodpeckers came out, and they had them on the baby pileated woodpeckers.
Oops.
And
Whoa.
so they gave them to me to identify, and I was like, oh my God. So I wrote a whole paper on it and did all this stuff, but they're super cool, and they're so intelligent. People sometimes don't give insects enough intelligence that they hatch the timing of the eclosion of the eggs with the different life cycles of the birds.
Crazy.
So sorry, that's just
Unbelievable.
my favorite one for that came to mind now.
For anybody out there watching, I mean, you can do almost anything with that. Entomology spans
So much.
so much. There's
So
always
much.
something cool to learn. I had no clue about that, so that's so freaking awesome.
Yeah, there's so much out there. So many different industries, so much yeah, just it's really amazing to see the different types of areas some of these insects will. It's just yeah, it's just crazy to me to kind of think about how one single insect species depends on another life form, and that's it, just a single species for its entire life
Yeah.
cycle.
Right.
Crazy.